connecting like it's Voltron. Press play and watch us go on. You better get up on this wave like the Coast Guard. The Rap Roundtable.
I am so drunk right now.
Listen, you already know what it is. Let's do what we do.
Yes, sir. Episode 3 of the Rap Roundtable ensues. New location, somewhere in Brooklyn. It's your boy Jarv. To my left, Langston Leguizamo, the hot take legend himself.
J-Mo no shame-o, what's poppin'?
Deeni, the balance of the force.
May the force be with you. You know the vibes.
Oh, he's super zen today, I love it.
And as always, to bring it all together, the rap snob Cinsere. What it is, brother?
That's what I'm here for, man. What up?
Ain't nothing, man. You know, I'm trying to get used to these new digs, you know?
Yeah, it's a little,
I like it, it's dope.
a little different.
Hands down.
A little different.
Shout out to Ryo.
What up?
Fellas, whereas, February was a little crazy. It was hectic. We had a lot of things to talk about.
Yeah.
March wasn't too insane.
Well, we got some releases, though. It wasn't insane in terms of the narratives, but in terms of the releases, things started to heat up a little bit.
Less sensational stories.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, one or two.
But I love the salacious stories, you know what I mean?
You know you do, bro.
Some good music.
But definitely some dope music that came out.
Really?
Absolutely.
Really, Sin?
Yeah.
What was I guess we'll get into it later.
Absolutely, people. Let's give them the menu. We're gonna be talking about the notable first quarter releases as we veer into the second quarter. There's a couple of up and coming acts we're gonna talk about, and a couple of below the radar acts we're gonna talk about. So this episode here, we're gonna talk about more music. We're not gonna give you the gossip and the salaciousness, but maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit.
A little bit.
The first little bit we're gonna get into, and I'm gonna throw it over to Deeni because he was definitely heavy in the group chat talking about it.
Oh, hold up.
What's good?
1 second before we get into all that.
All right.
Gotta have a toast.
Oh, yes.
Oh, to the
Gotta have a
legends.
toast.
Oh yes.
Toast to the legends. We lost.
I just want to gossip.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Salute Big.
Salute Big.
All the other legends that we
Fife.
lost.
Easy.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Let's give them a round of
Salute.
applause.
Legends.
All right, now my favorite part of the show. Deeni, Roofy, Cardi B,
Crosby B.
Cosby B,
Oh, man.
BX Borough representative.
It's a little rough right now.
This is
man.
your world.
It's a little rough right now.
Talk about it.
Ooh, I don't even know where to start, but let's get into the digs. 3 years ago was this?
Yeah.
Recorded a video that was dug up about
Instagram Live, yeah.
drugging and robbing guys.
Yeah.
If if that's the way that it
That's
goes.
basically it, yeah.
I'm lost, bro. Like,
Well, why are you lost,
I'm
Deeni?
lost.
What is losing you?
Like, maybe before the era of the Bill Cosbys and the pills.
See, I know where you're going.
But I don't think it would hit hard. But you got to think about it. Like,
Okay.
Bill Cosby, even though it's a different wave we're on.
Right.
Robbery and rape is definitely not the same thing.
Yeah.
Wait, let's be clear though. Let's be clear about what was it that Cardi actually said, like for the audience.
She said
let's make sure
when she
that
when she was coming up,
Right.
part of her hustle, among other things, the stripping and all that shit was like dudes would approach her and proposition her to like go to a hotel and pay to fuck. And she would drug them and steal from them.
Right.
And said, Telly.
She would catch a lick.
This is what she admitted to a couple years ago via Instagram Live.
Right.
And this has many people rightfully up in arms. This is outrageous.
It is, man.
Well, it's a little weird for something like that to just suddenly resurface, but such are the times that we live in.
Receipts, bro. We live in the era of receipts.
Receipts. All the
Ask
time,
ask
every
Kevin
time.
Hart. It cost him the Oscar bid, bro. Not the Oscar bid, the hosting the joint.
But the thing that's like throwing me off is like, the week comes, it's a new week. All of a sudden we're attacking Cardi. Is it no longer Cardi season? Are they attacking Cardi?
Who?
They
Nicki
is a moving
Minaj's
target.
fans.
We know who they are, but we don't know who they are. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You think Nicki Minaj in the cave somewhere just rubbing the cat like claw from
Probably.
Gadget?
She's petty. We know she's petty.
I'm not willing to jump all the way out the window, but a part of me feels like Onika might be slightly canceled in 2019.
I mean, are we canceling MOP for
Wait.
any
You said
up?
Onika canceled?
Yeah.
Who's canceled?
Onika Mirage.
Oh wait, I thought you were talking about. Oh, that's Nicki. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think she might be a little canceled. Just a snitch.
But cancel why? Maybe she's not really popping, but
not canceled.
Fam, she's like
canceled for the brother stuff.
The energy. No, I mean like people really not.
She's not checking for Nicki.
Checking for.
I mean, but look, I mean, in 2019, the word cancel means that's totally different connotation.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think it might be a rap.
Nah, she's.
But for what reason? Like, if you cancel somebody, it has to be for like a specific reason. Like, maybe if people mad about her sticking up for her brother.
Hold on, Lang.
My bad.
You know what I mean? That's an issue.
You were frontline in the anti-Nicki wave. What are you saying to me right now?
Oh no, I'm not. I'm
they're
not
bullying Cardi. She's a bully. She's not rapping. She's bullying.
The one I never used the word bully. But second, I try to keep. You know what I mean? I try. Yeah, semantics. I try to keep it. I try to keep it a buck.
I just feel like she turned people off. That's basically the point.
Okay, she turned people off. That's one thing.
It's over. I think it's a wrap.
Nah.
Not if she puts out dope music.
There you go.
She did last year. She had a couple of records.
Yeah.
And people shrugged their shoulders.
That's
It's
a
not
fact.
over for anybody anymore. Everybody has a chance
People
to come
really
back.
wasn't checking for Chun-Li, man.
Chun-Li was rocking.
That was a dope record.
Yeah.
It really was.
And she
But
raps
that-
better than Cardi, right?
Well, yeah, that's a
That's an
given.
overall rapper, no question.
Yeah,
Alright.
I agree.
That's a given.
But the thing is, back to you, Deeni. You felt the way in the group chat. I want that group chat
I did,
energy.
man.
You're not gonna hide at this table today,
Keep
bro.
that same energy, bro.
Facts.
My energy was just this. Now, if you take the exact same situation, and the guy said it,
Right.
will we not have crucified him? Like already?
No, we idolize some of our favorite artists have made records about similar things, robbing people. I mean, they didn't drug them, but they
drugging
put a
them, bro.
gun in their mouth, said take your clothes off.
That's true, but
We venerate them, like we love them. So
Get that fool.
yeah, so if it was a man, it would be different.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be batting an eye at all.
no, I mean, if a dude said, "Hey, I had to do what I had to do. I had to drug some women and rob them."
Oh, yeah, nah.
I mean, come on, bro.
Yeah, no, you're right.
It wouldn't even be a
But
conversation.
it's a different thing. It's the same dynamic as like a chick could hit a dude.
Right.
A chick. Like,
I think,
and it's not the same thing.
I think the situation when it comes to a man drugging a woman is just like it would be like just the rap sheet of misogyny, and the lack of respect for women. So that would just be another notch on the belt. Like it's more new to pop culture for a female to drug a dude or rob him as it is for a male to violate a female.
You think so, though?
I think the thing that
The underworld's the underworld, bro.
I feel like Deeni doesn't, I don't think he sees like the things that stack up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Things stack up over time. You know what I mean? So that's why like whatever like culture we have now of like everything that men do is under scrutiny. Anything that white people do is under scrutiny. Whenever something happens, like all of a sudden Twitter's gonna drag everybody because like certain people that's been kept under certain thumbs, they're tired of it and they're like, no, we're not gonna have this no more. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, like if you take one woman and one man, they should relate to each other as much as possible on an even plane.
Right.
But that's not reality. You know what I mean? Like reality is, like women. What that woman has probably experienced all sorts of dirt.
That's what I'm saying. Like
at the hands of men,
the list of things that men have done to women, drugging her and robbing her would just be like, there go that man, being a man.
Right.
As opposed to, Cardi or whatever woman doing it to this dude. And then you gotta have like the sociological aspect where we getting a little too serious on this topic, but it's just like, but you're a man, no, you shouldn't say anything. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like, it gets a little tricky because even now, like they fake trying to make memes about Cardi and it's just not hitting. Like the wave to like move her out the way is not the same as it was for like Cosby late last year. You know what I mean?
Because Cosby raped people. Like, we
And
keep
it
saying it,
was-
but
and-
it's different.
It's different.
And the
But
word is
some
like-
people don't wake up when you drug them, bro. It's just like anesthesia. You know what I'm saying? If you're off by a milliliter or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Somebody
Right.
can die. It's
Fuck.
It's real, bro.
Listen,
It's a
Rufy,
dark
we
thought.
love you, okay? It's fine. Kodak Black.
I love that guy.
I feel like
Something different.
he's realized that 6ix9ine is sitting, so the troll avenue is very wide open for him to run through that door.
He's amazing.
And say whatever he wants to say. And he's kind of funny,
Kind of
Come on,
funny.
son.
Yo, did you see his sticky
Son
finger
out of
story?
line.
That was amazing. That was hilarious.
Them young MA shots are killing me, bro.
That's crossing the line. That's just creepy.
But see, now let's talk about that. There you go. I like you. You call yourself a thirsty degenerate, but then sometimes you're politically correct at the randomest time.
Nah, this is how I feel. Fuck being politically correct. That's my opinion, fam.
It's kind of PC, but because it's like. Young M.A. could go to a straight girl and say, "Yo, I'm gonna turn you out," and that's legal.
Nah, I'm not cool with that either.
Say, "Yo, bring that ass here," is a problem.
I'm not cool with Young M.A. propositioning people unsolicited. Now I'm using words I don't know the word meaning of, but you know what I'm saying. If Young M.A. does it, it's not cool neither.
Come on, son.
And like, so I'm not gonna give Kodak a pass.
Hey man, I'm not saying he's right. I'm just saying. We gotta hold people to the same standard. That's all I'm saying.
I agree, fam.
If it's okay for her to say I'm gonna take a girl from you, bro, then Kodak.
Well,
is
no,
saying,
that's different. That's saying that she's better at attracting women than other men is different than aggressively pursuing women who aren't attracted to her. It's two different things.
So time out. So you've never so you've never aggressively pursued a woman that wasn't checking for you?
Not in my proudest moments.
I'm saying, but it happens, right? So
I'm a thirsty degenerate, bro. I'm trying to do better. You know what I'm saying?
So we gotta casually attack women. If I want to holler, I have to say, hey there. You know,
you
Kodak.
Just don't be rude. You know,
Black first name Kodak.
Be polite.
You know?
I don't know.
That was not polite.
Hell nah,
it wasn't. He was wilding out, bro.
Man.
All right, listen, Sid, what's good?
No, bro, quick question, just a little spin off of that. How would we approach that situation in 2019?
The Kodak thing?
See, I mean, we're both sort of out of the game with these two. Like, how do you do that? Like, how do
we do what?
Like, just approach a lady and it's like.
Oh.
Settings matter.
Online dating apps.
No.
That's basically
Tinder.
That's basically 2019. You know what I mean? Because like. You know,
or the bar scene. That's it.
But it's just it's a weird dynamic out there.
Like I'm not approaching women on the corner. Like I'm not doing that.
Like situationals. Like you spark a conversation. It's just today. It's very different today than it was back then. You know what I'm saying? You got to be.
So if he would have politely told, I'm just trying to understand. If he would have politely told young M.A., hey, I find you attractive.
I'm not saying that, bro. See,
I'd like to hear you say ooh privately.
Listen.
Okay?
Young M.A. has made it abundantly clear that she's not attracted to Kodak Black or any other man.
Right.
So as a man, to try to seduce her is problematic because she's made it clear where her attraction lies.
I don't like that.
Why don't you like that? It makes perfect sense.
Because it just sounds you making this, not you, but generally speaking, it's like you're tying it in too neat of a bow. If we're outside,
I think that's fair.
If we're outside and we see a young lady that we find to be attractive, and you holler and she says no, and then you holler again, that's a problem.
I like how we're talking about sex and relationships. This is a different kind of podcast.
Hey, listen, we here. You know,
back in the days it wouldn't be a problem because back in the days women used to love a guy who was persistent.
I think. Okay. I don't.
No. I asked a lot of
you
women.
said bro.
I don't mean at her front door every day, but they say you never talked to a girl just one time and then let go. She ever asked why you just stopped talking to me? You never had that happen to you?
Here's what I think.
Because you shot your shot, it didn't work. You just let it go. They want you to sometimes keep. I think
there's a segment of women that do appreciate that sort of aggressiveness, and then there's another segment, probably a larger segment, that just kept their mouth shut.
Right.
Just didn't want to cause a scene, didn't want to make it a thing because of.
Didn't want to be slut shamed. Like a lot of times when women are pursued, we shame the women. We don't even shame the men.
But what if you
why were you dressing like that? Why were you this and that?
What if you get the number from the overwhelming majority of the ones you talk to? What about that though?
I'm sorry, say it again.
What if you actually get the contact information and able to talk to?
Oh, well then she's failing you.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's only if she doesn't like you, I guess we would count, right?
Right, and she's more inclined to dislike you if you're creepy, and if you're stalking her, that's fucking creepy.
But that's the whole thing. Like, creepy is to me.
It's subjective for sure.
So you think that Kodak is being super creepy?
Super creepy. I can't be the only one who thinks that.
I mean,
I'm not saying that you're not. I'm just trying to get an understanding.
That's where I'm coming from.
But you know she's not interested in men at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you know the team she plays for. So it just, I mean, I'm surprised the whole gay community hasn't really come up and just spouted up
because the gay community doesn't activate until you go homophobic. He ain't go homophobic. He just said, yo, I want you, I like you, and I want you. That's what he said.
I want you.
But
Kodak.
forget all of that MA. Forget that shit.
Hilarious.
My man said he needs to be mentioned next to the Bigs, the Pox, the Nas's of the world.
Family.
You see the t-shirt Sin got on right now,
Yo,
the 5
my
Mike
man
tee,
Cinsere is about to have a stroke.
the rap snob himself.
Basketball season.
You get the full ISO. We clearing
when I
out.
heard that, bro, like I didn't even, and it's like, look, somebody had posted it on Facebook, and like somebody said like, oh, that's just Kodak being Kodak. Like,
Right.
and I understand that. I do. I honestly do. But it's just a certain level, like it's just another example of disrespect to the forefathers. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it's like you should. I'm a big advocate of self-awareness. So like Kodak.
What a
should
funny
be
thing to say.
a
I'm
little
a big
bit more
advocate for
self-
self-awareness.
A little bit more self-aware about his status.
You don't
know what I mean?
think he knows what he's doing?
Well, of course, that's what I'm saying.
How do you quantify that though?
You can't. I don't know.
I mean, we do realize that rap is pro wrestling. Like he's just,
Yes.
you know, he's
At this point,
he's
was
playing
always
a
like
role
that.
right now. He's cutting his promos. He's getting the heat. You know
And we're
what I mean?
talking about him on
We're
this
talking about
podcast.
him on the
Back in the days.
I'm sure there's a
That's a
project
fact.
coming
That's the
soon.
difference between today and back in the days. Back in the day, somebody would have said, bro, put the lean down. And that would be the end of the
chill out.
discussion.
Well, not in Texas. Maybe in New York, but in Texas, they were all into that shit.
So you telling me when you heard him say that you was like this?
First of all,
You're not about to say
That's-
that, Kodak.
That's perfect.
You know what I mean? You wasn't going for that?
Nah. I mean,
all.
how could I? Who's look? The one argument that I have heard.
That's that J-Mo, bro.
Is like that he's supposed to feel that way,
Which is true.
right? But I guess to a certain extent, but it's like, again, just be self-aware. You know what I mean? Like,
but-
look,
The fifth guy off the bench could feel he's better than LeBron,
This is
bro.
this is. I feel like
Come
this
on,
is
don't do
something
that.
that is, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, right? If you can come up with an example of, maybe a generation or two ago, where artist was like, "Yo, like I'm better than that dude." You know.
How
than
about
my-
when Jay-Z
my
said he
OG.
was better than Big?
He said, "If I'm not
I'm the
better than Big,
closest.
I'm the closest one."
Right.
That was, and even
Let the
he
late
knew,
great
yo,
veteran live.
And listen, and Hove is the cockiest motherfucker
Yeah.
ever.
Absolutely.
And
Enter
he-
Kodak
and he
Black.
did-
Hold my beer.
And he didn't take that extra step, and that was his peer. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It
nah,
like-
that was Big Homie.
That was-
that was
that's what-
his big brother.
No,
No,
but
but
we also gotta factor
Major
in
cosigns.
like the
Yeah, for sure.
internet changes a lot of things, you know, because we don't know what's being said privately. A lot in the past when we saw these rappers, it was in interview time. So they put their interview voice on and they said whatever they said.
Right.
Probably DMX at one point was probably the rawest interview, but for the most part, dudes was tiptoeing around how they really felt.
Right.
Now you got your
pull
iPhone,
out your phone,
facts.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Instagram, Snap, whatever. And you can say what you want to say. Whatever he's high on, whatever his vice is, he's talking his shit.
Yeah.
And I think that's what changes the game. There's no Angie Martinez to ask you a question.
Right.
There's no media coach
That's a
to
fact.
train you. It's just
Whatever you
I'm
want.
outside, I'm with
That's
my
very
chick.
true.
You know what I mean?
That's a great
something-
point.
Right.
That's a really good point.
Because we don't know what's being said like privately. Probably Hov back in the day was like, I'm better than all these niggas. We would never know that. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
But,
Yeah.
but we getting the behind it. Basically every day we get in the behind the scenes of our favorite rapper or rappers who are air quote moving the culture
In
right
real
now.
time.
It's
In
al-
real
it's also-
time.
yeah, and it's also a thing like I've thought for a while that like the more and more that the younger generation grows with social media, the more natural it is for them to feel like whatever I think, I'm just gonna say and put on
exactly.
Twitter and go on
This
IG
is
Live or
generational.
whatever.
And
You know
is
what I
that a
mean?
good thing or a bad thing?
No, it's definitely a bad thing.
I don't think it's good or bad. I think it is what it is. I think it's different.
We shouldn't. I feel like as humans, we should not know each other's inner thoughts.
I think this
to
is
that
like
extent.
the ultimate
Not
talk
that
your shit era. Like these little kids really feel how they feel. You know what I mean? And not for nothing. You know, we can age ourselves a little bit, but it's like when we came up, we were kind of like told to chill, like watch what you say.
Right.
These kids have been told that they awesome from day one. Speak how you feel. Express yourself.
Yes.
This is all
No
they
matter
know.
how crazy it is.
No matter how crazy it is, say how you
True.
feel. You know what I mean? Some of these kids are Ed, bro. Or, to be honest, I'm not even trying to be funny, but they got their little issues and they just be having outbursts.
Emo.
Right.
Facts, emo. So it's
Right.
a different time, and it's like, again, the forefathers, they get upset, but it's just like it's a disconnect. We talked about it in episode 2. That generational disconnect, I think, is realer now than it was when we was coming up, and them niggas in the 80s didn't like the shit we was doing.
Right. And then also, like the whole respect your elders thing, I feel is also kind of dying out because like we're telling, on the one hand, we're telling kids like you're allowed to feel some type of way.
Facts.
Even if it's your parent or your elder or your OG, like just you're allowed to feel that way and you should be able to voice it, right? So it's a little bit of that too.
And you know what? I throw this off the backboard to Deeni. In the past, when rappers got to a certain age, they kind of got up out of here. I feel like this time in rap, it's like one big petri dish of like old rappers, young rappers. It's like this is like the most activity at one time. So it's like you think that's also causing this problem of the disconnect, where it's like usually we young, we come, it's our turn, and then we get old and it's their turn. Like we ain't letting our turn go.
No, I love it because basically, like, you actually have a full-fledged blueprint that you could follow all the way through. Number one. Number two, damn near every other genre of music, people can make music and sing their songs till they're like 85. Why do you have to stop at like 35, 40 to be? Remember, the rapper was like 30 years old. You were done. Yeah. At one point.
It's not as much like that, but still to an extent.
50,
it's still.
Bro.
Is Ghostface 50 years old?
Hove is 50. I'm saying.
Oh, Hove.
I mean, Ghost in them
Yeah,
40s.
Ghost is.
I will be.
Those guys,
at that
all them
Wu-Tang
niggas is
concert,
old, bro.
by
They
the way.
those guys are legends, but they're not pushing the culture like they were when they were in their 20s and 30s.
But neither are older artists in other genres, but they
They're
still
not.
they
They're
tour.
able to perform.
Sure.
their
Oh,
songs.
for sure. They're still eating.
Yeah,
Right.
For sure.
Beautifully though, not just like scraps. Like today, if our Grandmaster Kaz's and our DJ Kool Herc perform,
and those
it'll be
guys,
scraps.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, their DJ Kool Herc, they perform, they're getting banked, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because
That's a fact.
they're the originators. We don't
Good
do that.
point.
We do that on what's hot right
Our
now.
dudes
We
have
pay
to
big
grind.
money to what's popping today. We don't really give the respect. Like Big Daddy K, you think he's getting like millions to perform, bro?
Not millions. I mean, I'm sure he makes a good living, but he's not making millions.
I mean, he was the guy, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think he's getting
That's the
the
man that
bank.
brought us home.
That like there you
Bought us
go.
Big,
I mean-
bought us all these dudes.
I mean, when
You
you
know,
look at
there
it
was
from that angle, what I
jazz,
think that needs to happen with the old and young dudes, I think there needs to be a conversation, bro. Like you see how y'all had that
Like a
conversation,
summit.
but not one that's filled with jabs and daggers. One like I understand where the young dudes are coming from. They are in a position we never was. We couldn't just make whatever, because I'm sure if it was cool for someone to be an emo rapper like that back in the 90s, it would have been done, but we would have clowned them out of existence. You know what I'm saying?
Probably.
Like Eminem is one of the closest versions.
Yes.
where
Nah,
it's
that's a fact. Cause like late 90s, early 2000s, we was making fun of them emo
there you
rappers. Like, we
go.
wasn't
You know what I'm
going for
saying?
none of
Like
that
today,
shit.
they can actually say what they want, what's on their mind. Like at least the good thing about this, like you could actually stop some of these crazy young dudes from killing themselves.
Yeah.
because you hear it in the music.
Yeah.
Before we wouldn't know, these dudes could just be dying inside, but they still trying to make a certain type of music to appease
I
others.
don't got no problem with the emo-ness.
Really? Really?
Yeah,
Son?
no, I don't really think I ever.
I just
did.
love aggravating you, man. I'm sorry.
Like Triple X. Come on, you know what I mean? Like,
Talented
you know what I
kid,
mean?
man.
Like, you know
Rob,
exactly.
you will
talented
listen
kid.
one day. You will.
I'm not going for no Triple X energy. I'm not listening
Give
to
it a
him.
shot, man.
Give it a chance, man.
No.
Give it a shot, man.
I tried.
Give it a chance.
I'm not listening to
that-
him. I'm not listening to Juice WRLD.
That goes
None
back
of
to
these
something.
niggas.
I don't like
that
Juice
goes
WRLD.
back to something Lang said the other day during the conversation, where he was like, if people put it out and people like it, even though we think it's trash, is it still trash? You remember you?
Right.
It's
So if I think
trash
something is
to
whack,
me.
but
that-
100
okay.
million people love it.
But that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, like as much as we look at hip hop culture as a culture, it is a business, bro. Like they're gonna put out whatever is gonna get the butts in the seats. The music that I love to listen to on a regular basis is not gonna put the butts in the seats the way it used to 10, 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's what's putting the butts in the seats. They're gonna do what's making
You
the
gotta
cash.
tell Sin that he don't want to go for none of that.
He's a
Sin
stubborn
like some of
motherfucker,
the stuff,
man.
you know what I'm saying? But he feels a little bit of the way I feel. Like if they would just put more effort into the music. Like I'm talking about lyrically, bro. Like come on, we did the Gucci Gang thing.
No, don't quantify it. Don't quantify it.
But it's funny.
going for the
Because
straight
when
kill?
he made it
All
with
around.
Kodak,
Straight kill.
when
All
Kodak
around.
made his whole Nas, Jay-Z,
Because
big,
producers
whatever.
need to.
Yeah, we gonna get
Get the
into
weight
that.
up,
I got a lot
too.
to say when we get to these albums,
Uh-oh.
bro. I'm gonna upset some people, but
I'm already triggered.
the
Yo, Sin, take it easy, bro. Don't go spitting out your JMO, okay? Take
Yo.
a breath.
man said to
I'm
check.
bothering Sin. I'm sorry,
He
man.
said to check my catalog after that shit. Check my catalog, dog. You hear my last album? Like, you serious? That
He
shit
was
was
an entertaining
traca.
dude, man.
Get the fuck out of here. That shit is garbage.
Entertaining. I give him that.
I like this verse on 2 Chainz album. Just throw that out there. I wish I could see the look Jarv just gave me.
Oh, you can.
Oh yeah, say hi to the camera. Hey camera.
Fuck out of here with that 2 Chainz bullshit.
You wound me, Jarvis.
To the next topic, right?
Okay.
We won't go too crazy here. This is more for Cinsere and Langston, but
All right.
apparently Jay Electronica and Jay-Z might have something cooking. Allegedly, supposedly. Sources say, rumors are,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I saw that rumor.
What do we have to say about that, fellas? Jay, let me go with you.
I have one thing to say. I hope that if it does come out, that I don't have to download Tidal to hear it. And I really don't give a shit about Jay Electronica. I was really excited for him like a decade ago, and he doesn't pique my interest anymore.
Listen,
Ooh,
it's
shit.
oh, we in
Spicy.
we in 2019, right?
Huh?
We in 2019,
Yeah.
right? That marks. It's gonna mark
10
this
years?
year 10 years.
Crazy.
Since Exhibit C came out.
Crazy.
That
Classic
listen,
song,
when
bro.
that song
Yeah.
came out in 2009,
Crazy talented.
Yo, you
Like-
almost fell out your chair.
I
remember that.
Yo, since you had
Yo.
a moment, bro, when that shit
Ears
dropped.
were perked. Man.
and they really were, and the crazy thing was the energy behind, because again, also at that time there was a lot of music that fans such as myself,
Yeah.
listeners such as myself, was not feeling that was on the radio, and then this song drops, and like all the radio, all the DJs, all the personalities, everybody was just like talking about it, like it was an energy to it, and
was
and I
Blade,
remember
bro.
I think it was like I don't who's I forgot his name, a DJ on Hot 97. He was like, they asked him like, "Yo, are you gonna play that song?" He was like, "Well, we don't know who this guy is, but that song is so fire."
That might have been enough.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's
Enough
what
said
it
that,
was.
really?
Enough he said that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Talk
and-
about crossover appeal.
Right, and so when you're in the radio world, you're used to like the
Yeah.
playlists and like you got to make your way up and jump through all these hoops to get your song on the radio. But
That's
that
right.
song dropped, and he was just like, "Yo, I'm playing this because it was so fire."
Can I throw a hot take in there?
Let's get it.
Considering the ranges of emotion that we just had on this topic, right? With Jay Electronica, from your dismissiveness to his like going right back to 2009.
Role
right?
reversal.
Well,
You know.
because my point was like, damn, like he
was
really
nice.
he really just
Yo,
dropped that whole ball.
he's super nice.
feel-
No
He just
question.
dropped that whole ball.
Yep.
My hot take is that Exhibit C is it might be top 15 greatest song of all time in rap.
I don't think that's a hot take.
Only because of the fact that people been waiting for that album for so long. One
Exhibit A was
record.
crazy too.
10 years later, people are still mad at Jay Electronica because he gave us that record and never gave us the album. Wasn't he sounding like Def Jam,
Puff
Rock
said,
Nation?
"What you waiting on?
What you waiting on?"
Nas said, "What you waiting on?" Tip said, "What you waiting on?"
But in fairness, he did give us that Control verse though.
Come on, man.
Wasn't even the best verse on the song, bro.
We know who had the best verse on that song.
Big Sean
honestly,
did.
Get out of here, Jarvis.
Big Sean did. What happened?
Big Sean had a best.
Oh,
anyway,
yo,
this is
how-
not what the episode is
how
about.
How is Big Sean not on the docket, man? He just
He
announced.
said he
that
had some like depression issues or some
Yeah,
shit like
he-
that.
he's gonna
Listen,
come back
if we're
with
gonna
some
talk
music
about it, it's a
2019.
serious topic.
I
We
heard-
gotta get serious.
I think it's because he been running through women. You know what I mean?
Toxic joints.
He had the joint he made the I Don't Fuck With You record about. He had Ariana Grande, and he was with Janae Aiko. They dropped a little duet album together. That I'm telling you, what messed him up was that garbage joint with Young Metro. That album was trash, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
you,
was.
You love Big Sean and you love Metro.
And I was
I
feeding
like
it for
Metro.
that. Son. I was like, yo, I told y'all nigga, I'm about to listen to that
Double
shit.
time.
Yo, man,
I deleted it as soon as I listened to it, bro.
That's probably what Jay Electronica's afraid of. Like, all that hype.
I can't follow it, right?
Yeah, like, and then all of a sudden, people listen to it. It's like, yo, this is.
And then we
what
got
waiting
guys
for.
like J-Mo,
the
no
longer you
shame
wait,
ready to
the
flame
harder
that
you make it,
album.
though.
Like, this is not good.
I mean, y'all know me.
No, because he had. I mean, dimethyltryptamine, whatever. That was fire. I mean, he had some joints,
listen,
bro.
He had a whole mixtape.
Yeah, a few joints.
He had. I remember he had put out a joint with Puff. That didn't really go anywhere either. You know what I mean? Like,
We don't need Puff and Jay Electronica together though. We
Yeah,
don't
that's
it's
true.
not a great
But
marriage.
if you was following him, you would see like he would drop little things here and there, a lot of guest verses and stuff like that.
He produced Queens Get the Money on Nas album.
That's
great
true.
song.
That's a fact too. And you know, like if you was following him, you was like, yo, all right, that's cool, but where's that album, son?
I don't think we ever get in that album.
No, just like we never get.
I hope we
Detox.
never get the album,
Chronic
because then,
2.
like, the audacity to have us waiting and then drop this
Listen,
album, there's
listen,
no
at
way
this-
it lives up to the hype.
At this point,
it
there's
can't.
no way. There's no
Right.
way it's gonna be as good as whatever we expected it to be.
Like when
If we
Saigon
were a
dropped
fan.
his The Greatest Story Never Told, I love Saigon. I'm probably the biggest Saigon fan at this table. And I was so
Bravo.
hyped for that album, but when it dropped, I loved it. But it wasn't gonna live up to the hype that it built up
Which one, the
years
Yard
to
Father
make.
one?
No, not the
No.
Yard. The Greatest Story Never
Greatest Story
Told.
Never Told.
It's a really good album.
Because Just Blaze, he produced that.
Yeah,
whole
he was
joint.
backing him the whole
No,
way.
he had other producers on it. I can't remember off the top of my head. I haven't listened to the album in a while. But anyway, we're not talking about Saigon.
Nah,
I
if
thought-
J-Elect
Just
dropped
Blaze
that joint
produced
with
most of
Nas,
it, for sure.
most of
And
it.
Hove is on
The
it.
majority.
And Nas is on it.
I mean,
And
Nas wasn't on it.
I'm talking about if J-Elect and
Oh,
Hove
yeah,
drop an
yeah,
album
yeah.
and then Nas is featured.
Oh,
and-
holy
and-
shit.
and there's Puff talking reckless in the background.
just had an adrenaline
if
rush.
They capture all the stuff we love, you will listen to that album.
Hell yeah, well.
You will.
If Jay,
If they bring back a hefty B-Siegs.
is inside the pocket on these.
Yeah, you didn't like
flows.
444.
I didn't.
I haven't heard it because it's on
Put
title
it
and I
this way,
can't
like
listen.
No,
two reasons.
it's on
It's been
Apple.
released on.
It's not on Spotify, bro. I'm a Spotify brother over
It's on
here.
Apple.
But you
though.
know they
It's
put
really
things
not on
I'm
Spotify.
dead ass, bro. I checked the other day. That's my word.
Like my issue
Got a
with that
YouTube
album
video.
was twofold. It was a lot of the messaging in that album did not pertain to me because I'm kind of already there. You
Give
know
it
what I mean?
time.
And then the rapping, I just couldn't get with it.
Listen,
When I listen to Jay, what I need from Jay-Z, he wasn't giving me.
What do you need from Jay-Z?
I need the
slick
expert technical rapping along with the slick talk. Not even so much the slick talk, but the ability to get inside of a beat and talk his shit. Jay hasn't been finding the pocket consistently for like 6 or 7 years now, but because Hove, we're kind to him.
You didn't like
That's coming from a
Magna
Jay-Z
Carta?
fan.
Huh?
Magna Carta, Holy Grail.
I'm like the only nigga who loved that album.
He catches him on some of the verses.
I'm like
I
the
like
only
that album.
nigga who loved that album.
I like that.
Shut up, Sin.
I love like
I love
half
that
that album.
album.
You think he caught the pocket on keys?
Yes, hell yeah, he did. Hell yeah, he did.
But
I got the keys,
but
keys.
But he always raps well on those beats
Or,
with
or
the
even
higher
Drug Dealers
BPMs.
Anonymous?
Oh yes.
Come on, Jarv.
Deeni, I love you so much right now.
You know
My
what?
God. And this is a whole. This is a whole.
Say what you said
fan.
again about Jay-Z always rap. What did you say? He with those BPM beats?
He always hits those beats with the higher
Double
BPMs.
time.
Always.
Always.
You know why? Because if you know how to rap, you're gonna hit that pocket with the higher BPM beats.
Right.
The slower BPM beats, it takes a little more to find because there's more space between
Right.
the
Right.
Mellow
And
you
Fat
out.
to
Joe,
like really get in there.
Fat Joe spoke about
That's why.
this.
That's why I don't mess with none of this trap stuff.
no, but
man,
Hov-
because
Hov
they-
used
it's
to-
Because
like
you
a-
don't mess with none of this trap
it-
stuff because you're a hater.
Nah,
but
nah,
like,
nah.
what the
It's
thing
the-
was-
the president Hov used to do that right in that slow
Nah,
pocket
see,
too, though, bro.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
Yes,
what I'm
no,
saying.
yes he
Yeah,
did.
that's what
Yes he
I'm
did.
saying.
Yes he
But
did.
what I'm trying to say to y'all is that
presidents as usual, like politics as usual.
Yeah, but
I love
that's
that
what I'm saying.
song so
That's
fucking
slow
much.
pocket.
That's prime Jay-Z.
That's
though.
prime.
Yes.
That's back in his prime.
That's what I was trying to say. Like Fat Joe was
Today.
saying that like when the rapper gets older, he can't find the pocket
It's
the
hard.
same anymore. I don't know what happens. I don't know if the ears work differently. I
breath
don't know.
control, bro. Like rap is it's an athletic pursuit.
True.
Like you can't control your breath as well.
But your approach to the creative process should be the same as far as where inside of this beat you want to get in.
yes, creatively
Well-
yes, but it's harder to do.
It's a craft like anything else. Like
Right.
if you step away from it,
Right.
you marry Beyonce and have kids, and you're living your best life.
Facts.
And then somebody
Businesses.
calls you out the blue, like, "Oh, look, I need you for this verse," if you haven't been on a mic,
Right.
you know what I
He
mean?
gotta take his toes out the sand and then
Right.
go run to his personal
Back in-
studio.
Like a bicycle though, man.
01, 02, 03, like he
riding
was
a bike.
he was in that
Right.
life.
Because it's like, I'll put it to you like this. I'm a belligerent Jay-Z fan.
Yeah, you are. That's a fact, listeners.
If listen, like Lucifer is one of my
Love that
favorite
song.
Hove records because of the way he demolished that beat. Not
Yes.
even what he was saying so much, but how he leaned
sure.
all over that. If he got Lucifer today, he wouldn't flow like that. I don't even know.
Of
I
course
don't even
not.
know how he would
thinking
approach
about
that
it in my
beat.
head.
He's
right
still
now.
freaking,
I'm
though.
I'm vibing to him just thinking about the song.
Nah,
bro.
but y'all understand when Hove is at his peak, bro. Like that, it's different, B. It's,
Right.
it's not many rappers when he was at his peak that was touching him. Like now, he's like, alright, it's Jay. I'm gonna listen. I'm a cop because it's
Yeah.
Hove. But the expectations are diminishing because to me the returns are diminishing. But before I take my whole Jay-Z cape and burn it, let's go somewhere else. The reason we're here, fellas, is
Yeah.
to talk about some notable releases
Hey, let's do it.
in the first quarter, right?
Yes, sir.
I think the most notable release of the first quarter is J-Mo No Shamos Man, 2 Chainz.
Yes, I'm glad that you
Rap
said that.
Or Go to the League.
This is such a good album. It's such a good album.
Hold on, notable. What's the definition of the word notable?
People, it was anticipated.
It was got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo,
All right.
this nigga Cinsere just paused the show to ask for the definition of the
I'm
word
just saying
notable.
because notable
Nigga said,
can
let me
mean,
drive the
like,
boat.
Let us cook.
Notable can mean, notable in terms of its quality. When
Yo,
that's-
listen,
But
For the life of me, I don't understand why the 3 other gentlemen at this table don't love this album as much as I do. It's a trap album, but it's got a lot of layers to it. There's a lot of different sounds, a lot of different regional. See, now they falling asleep on me, bro.
Sounds like
It's a really listen. It's a just in one sense, I love the album. It's the best album of the year so far. I was not checking for 2 Chainz when it dropped, and now, I mean, call me a fan of the brother. Like, I think it's a fucking banger.
This album turned you around, like
Yes, it's that good. It's that good. My favorite song is that Ninth Wonder joint, "Threat to Society."
That's probably
such a good song.
That's probably.
Please tell me you at least like that song.
It's probably. I mean, the song is cool. Yeah, it is. It's a cool song. But I've heard.
I think we had a breakthrough, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, but my thing is, I've heard better Ninth Wonder beats.
Ain't about Ninth Wonder.
Ninth Wonder.
It's about 2 Chainz.
Ninth Wonder is one of my favorite producers. I've heard better
overrated.
Ninth Wonder beats, right? And so it would for me to really like a 2 Chainz song, like really like a 2 Chainz song, it would have to be Ninth Wonder's best beat, Squared. You know what I mean?
Jesus,
like it would
really?
have to be like the most magnum opus beat that
Fuck,
Ninth Wonder
man.
ever
Yeesh,
made.
man.
Other than that,
Tough critic.
I'm like, all right, it's a nice Ninth Wonder beat. I would have probably preferred to listen. Hold on. I would've
Why
probably
didn't you like the album?
Yo, he let you finish.
I'm sorry. The J-Mo's taking effect.
I would have probably preferred to listen to the instrumental on an instrumental project rather than listen to.
So you thought that the
2
rapping
Chainz
wasn't
rap
up to
over.
par?
I don't like 2 Chainz. I just as a rapper,
Mm-hmm.
as a I don't know what it is. He always sounds kind of off to me. I don't know. Like the pocket that he tries to hit when he raps is not. I don't dig it. I don't dig it at all.
But to the album though, let's stay
All right,
album.
so
centric.
to the well, I mean, I'm not gonna like a 2 Chainz album if I don't generally like 2 Chainz. So,
But
I
if
mean,
you're being
I'm
objective, though.
If I'm being objective, listen. So this is what I was thinking. So in leading up to this episode, I was listening to some of the other releases that came out in the first quarter, right? Like Gunna, the Offset album.
We can get into that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so like, I was like, you know what? Probably compared to those albums, I'll probably like the 2 Chainz album more than those. And so like,
What a
comparatively
backhanded
speaking,
compliment.
Also,
I'm just saying. Hey, I'm keeping it a buck.
I feel you, bro.
I'm keeping it a buck. I honestly think that's what a lot of people hear is like 2 Chainz compared to other rappers of this generation, and they're like, well, it's better than that stuff, so is dope. I keep my standards pretty consistent. You know what I mean? Like I have a high bar.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
So and I don't lower it. You know what I mean? And like to me, 2 Chainz is just You don't do it.
I wish I had the facts button for all of that just now. Deeni, rap or go to the league?
I mean, I like the couple joints on it. I mean, it's not my type of regular groove. I mean, I like some of 2 Chainz joints, but it was alright to me, man. I like the Offset joint way better.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think that's a crazy opinion.
It was like I was surprised by Offset's album.
I was too. I was pleasantly surprised.
So that's all you got?
Yeah, I mean, no offense to 2 Chainz, man.
Listen, I like the Ninth Wonder joint. I like
But what about the joint with Kendrick?
the joint with Kendrick was fire.
Cool.
Pharrell did that beat, and I knew like right off the bat. I knew it when I heard.
Something
I was like,
different.
This is a Pharrell production. The joint. I think it was right after that with Ariana Grande. Like,
I hated that song.
that song.
2
is-
songs I didn't like were that and the one with Ty Dolla $ign. I liked every other song.
Yeah.
Well,
But the joint with Ariana Grande I dug because it was a sample of that Anne-Marie song, which I love.
Yes, I do love that A. Marie song.
So anything that's gonna sample that, if it's gonna keep like basically the whole instrumental to it, I feel it was gonna hit for me. You know what I mean? It's just gonna be. I'm just gonna vibe off of that. You know.
I
what
love
mean?
A. Marie. She's amazing.
Yeah.
so,
Whatever
you know,
happened to that?
because Deeni, you know, he slid away from completely hammering the album.
No. It just
You fucking politician.
Nah.
You call me politically correct.
I like
But you
the-
see how the energy is the same for
I
everybody.
like a couple of joints. You know what I'm saying? Just it
Niggas
wasn't
trying to
hitting
dodge
like that for me,
raindrops
man.
and shit.
It wasn't hitting like that for me. And
Yo,
2
that
Chainz,
song-
he got some joints every once in a while for me, man.
That Raindrop song, like. That
Wait,
was
Raindrops is which one?
the one that sampled the Sound of Music. No, it wasn't Sound of Music, was it? Raindrops?
you're
Yeah,
losing.
that Sound of Music song.
I'm about to check my screen.
I'm ready to
I was-
discuss this album
Speak on it.
from my perspective.
Uh-oh.
Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen.
Dangerous.
Off the rip, right? There was all this hype and hoopla about who was A&R in the album.
Come
Right?
on. That don't mean shit.
Rap historian,
If it didn't mean shit,
part-time
they wouldn't have done
NBA
all that.
player,
LBJ.
LeBron James, right?
Oh, Jarvis is bitter.
I'm just calling it how I see it.
It is.
Rumors were that he missed the game because he stayed up late. No funny shit. He stayed up late
Nah, but
putting
that's
the
a whole
finishing
different
touches
angle. That's a whole
on the
different
album.
angle to this.
I'm
Playoffs.
playoffs, huh?
Playoffs?
But I'm going.
I just
I'm
want us to
go-
win the
listen,
game.
because since Deeni decided to be nice, I'm gonna build up this whole house.
Uh-oh.
Then tear it down. Okay.
Pure destruction.
Yes.
You know, he had the album that came out. Was it like Pretty Girls Love Trap Music?
It's a good album.
So and a lot of people love that album.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I like that vibe record he had with everybody else on there. Because, you know, to me, 2 Chainz is best when you only need about 16 or 8 from him. Anything beyond that, it's a problem. It is what it is, okay? So much hype behind 2 Chainz. So much hype.
You should just keep saying things like, I call it big booty. 'cause
Yeah.
She got a big booty.
You
That's
know,
it.
stupid
Yeah.
ass ad lib.
And that's
So,
it.
Now I like
Do
2
that
Chainz
music.
features. His
I'm so
features are
famous,
dope.
can't even cough in
And then
peace.
this is the thing that got me the most heated about this album. This is what whack niggas be trying to do. Like, this is like a staple of a whack rapper from day one. They try to beat you over the head with a particular message so you can feel the message and kind of like front like the rap was okay when the rap wasn't good.
Jarv
I
didn't go
agree
in
with
like
that take, although I don't think it's applicable to this
It's
album.
apropos right now, okay?
That's probably how you feel about Talib Kweli.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
knew.
Although I
saw
like
that.
Quality and Reflection Eternal, but let's not.
You put this album on, right? Off the rip, it's taking itself way too seriously. Forgiven with Marsha Ambrosius. The one of the longest intros ever. I was in the
No,
fucking,
that's what?
I'll let you finish, Lane.
All right, I'm sorry.
I was in the car, right? Driving in East New York. And I stopped and said, wait a minute. This fucking intro is still going? This shit was like 5 minutes and it was no fire anywhere near the intro.
I ain't never heard a nigga stopping in East New York. East New York, you just keep going.
Well, I'm originally from Brownsville. I've spent a lot of time in East New York, you know, so I'm comfortable.
Shout out to East New York.
You
I
know,
love Mr. Brooklyn.
right. So I'm like, why is this intro still going? But then beyond the intro, right? The album is so fucking monotonous. It's taking
Monotonous?
It's taking itself
really is.
too seriously.
What?
A lot of the beats sound the same.
No way.
2 Chainz couldn't get inside the pocket of damn near any of those fucking beats. 2 Chainz is the only nigga who could get a Kendrick verse and make Kendrick sound like shit. How's that possible?
It's a lot of
And then I got a bunch of niggas like Langston Leguizamo
yes,
on the
yes,
fucking
yes,
internet talking
yes,
about how
yes.
good this album was when that shit was garbage. By
Oh.
any metric of rap, that album was trash.
Jarvis.
How the fuck you take the
It's-
A. Marie sample and say, if I
don't like that song. That's not a good
What the
song.
fuck are you doing, 2 Chainz?
It's mediocre at best.
It's a good album.
I'll give it
I got
the
all of
mediocre.
these niggas here talking about they know rap music, telling me this trash ass album is good.
I don't know
that
how.
shit is garbage.
I don't know how we're friends, man.
The fuck
We have
out
such
here.
different
How
taste
can
in
you
music.
be a Nas fan, say Kendrick is the best
Nah,
thing going,
he's a-
and then say that 2
'cause he-
Chainz is bullshit
Because I have
album?
Because he's
a-
also a
was
Lil
good.
Pump fan.
I have an eclectic palate. I am not a Lil Pump fan.
Call it two.
You've put me in a position
Nigga,
to
I'm
defend Lil
sweating
Pump,
right now.
which is why I hate you, Sincere. Because you make me defend Lil Pump because
Listen,
I just don't agree with you.
Your contrarian
Your
nature is not my fault.
contrarian ways put you
Oh,
in these
man.
positions.
Fucking my teacher called the tutoring.
Get the fuck out of here with that 2 Chainz album.
Yo,
That
somebody
shit
pass
is
me that
trash.
fucking J-Mo.
There you go.
It's Draka.
Thanks,
I
man.
went on the internet, I came in a group chat, this guy's talking his shit.
First of all,
And I'm like, no,
first of all,
that shit is garbage. By any stretch of your
Jarvis.
imagination, that 2 Chainz album is trash. Stop hiding behind message. Yeah, you know, we talking about, yeah, it's cool. Good message, bro. But what about the rap?
That's a fact.
2 Chainz.
You guys are the worst.
I've been waiting on your ass. That's why I let everybody get their shit in, right? I waited because I'm like, get this nigga.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Nigga trying to it man you, bro.
Well, I guess we agree to disagree.
I don't see how anybody's ever thought 2 Chainz was an elite rapper.
That's not what I'm saying. I think that he's well above average.
If you let people say it, 2 Chainz is like that dude. Like
I think
he's like a people's champ.
He's
He's
better.
like telling me he was good. Oh, he had the best verse on Mercy. No, he didn't.
I mean,
Hold on, I got
He's,
horse
listen,
power.
listen. He's
That's
better
bars.
than.
when you look at what he
He's
was
better
to
than
where he is
Kanye
now,
West. Kanye West, I think, is an above average
Oh
rapper.
my
What?
God. Oh.
2 Chainz is a better MC than Kanye West. No.
You see how as soon as you said that the light cut off, bro?
Yeah.
Like, you just took all the light out the room. You can have all.
Oh my God.
All right. So we
If you
we
heard-
know
if
where
you
we
heard
all
a lot
stand
of, like,
on this
rustling
topic.
sound on my mic, it's just because I had to
All right.
like lean my head.
Team
on
2
it.
Chainz, yo, 2 Chainz, you alright with me, homie? Me,
said-
you could kick it, drink
That
some
statement
J-Mo.
was an EMP,
Yo, you know
bro.
what's funny? If we would have said we like 2 Chainz, he would have went the other way.
Stop it.
He would've
Cut it
went
out.
the
Cut
other
it
way.
out. Now you know that's bullshit, y'all. Come on. You know I legitimately love this album. I said so in the group chat before anyone, and I thought everyone else would agree with me. I was shocked. I was like, guys, this album is really good.
Shit is trash.
All
All
right.
To the next
album.
notable release.
Shout out to my boy Josh, who's in town. He also loved that album. And
All of
Josh,
y'all
me,
are
you
bugging.
can hang out. Shout to J-Mo on me.
Yeah,
I'm
y'all
just
can
like-
tell. Y'all can trade 2
Nah.
Chainz stories.
J-Mo, no shame.
Offset, another album that people on the internet said was so good. Offset, yeah, it's good.
I'll be
He's
on
so
the
mature.
socials. I'll be on the. I really didn't hear that.
Well, you
Okay.
know, I know a few younger people who like this shit.
Yeah, there we go.
Good call music.
Yeah. Nah.
As we're here, Cinsere.
Listen, look. You have to have a certain. As far as I'm concerned, you have to have a certain package. I pause.
Hey,
I-
okay.
I appreciate artists that try to grow, try to make more grown up, mature music
Right.
when they hit a certain age. You can't be Rolex, Offset, like for the your whole career. You know what I mean? You can't do that. You can't do that your whole career.
I'm with you on this, Sin.
All right. So, there's certain artists that are just when they try that, it just doesn't work out for them. Because they've for so long they felt that it was so unimportant. They've just made their own wave, doing what they do, and people have eaten it up. And then at some point they're like, you know, and some artists will just say, fuck it, I'm gonna just do this forever until the wheels fall off. But then certain artists will probably hear like I'd like to hear some growth, or they feel like they're not respected enough, like, you know, artists that, you know, from again, I don't want to date ourselves, but from our generation, where you would get an album and you'd get a lot of different moods, right? A lot of different stories, a lot of different, you know, energies, right? And so I appreciate Offset trying to, you know, be more personal, be more introspective. It's cool, but I don't think that's for him. You know what I mean? I don't think that that's something that you know, I don't think that's something that he's really good at.
So what you're saying to me, to put a bow on this, right? Because I gotta hit what Deeni has to say. I'm feeling it with Deeni has to say about this album. So what you're saying is,
what I'm saying is,
wait. He should have done the Offset, the Rolex. That's what he should have done.
I mean,
really sincere.
I would have hated it.
Right.
But whoever likes that would have liked it.
So he should have put out an album that you would have hated, is what you're saying.
But instead, because that's what he does.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But instead, he tried to, like, you know, impress a fan like me, I feel.
How dare you?
And then... And it just didn't work out.
Yeah, Deeni, go in,
How
bro.
dare you?
It just didn't work out.
He tries to give you material you would like, and you still bash him.
Because it's
Come on, son.
Damn it,
come
man.
Rap snob form.
I appreciate the effort.
Is on deck.
I appreciate the effort.
You and your Illmatic shirt.
He was shaking his ice in his cup, and he
I
said,
grab the microphone for this, man.
You
Damn
tried.
it, man. Nah, the intro. First of all, the intro was fire.
He gets the A for effort.
Intro was fire.
Intro is my favorite song on the album.
That dude, whoever that dude was on the
Yes.
intro,
That's not a good
was
thing.
Cooking.
Why is it not a good thing?
if the intro is the best thing
that
about the
means it's
album,
downhill
that
from
means
there.
exactly. Oh, come, this is why I talk to Cinsere sometimes, and sometimes we agree and sometimes we argue. We think the same.
I'm sorry, Deeni. I brought us off on a tangent.
Go ahead.
But it's a dope intro. That dude, I think it's Big Rube or something like that. Whatever.
Yeah.
He
dropping knowledge.
Yeah,
bro.
he blacked. Offset came in, did his thing. The one about the kids.
Yeah.
That's a great vibes, bro. The one with him and Cardi. I actually think
like
that's
that
a pretty
song.
cool song.
Yeah, it's a good song.
I love the one with him and Young Thug in them.
You know how I feel about Young Thug.
I do. The joint with Travis.
That shit is fire.
I mean, it's some joints I like. More, I mean, don't get it
Cinsere is
don't get it twisted. The
unimpressed.
introspective Offset might not be as vibey as you like, but I mean, it was. I like the vibe. It was a good album, and the songs that I got what I expected from Offset, bro. Sometimes that's good enough.
A little bit more, maybe. That's how I felt. I got all I was expecting and a little bit more, which I appreciated.
As far as the introspectiveness.
Yes,
as far as getting in depth.
Joint with CeeLo Green was dope.
I mean, oh my god, how did I forget that? That was fire.
That shit was fire.
CeeLo Black too. It was a great
Word up.
energy.
Word up.
They got some joints on there. Gunna did his thing. They got some joints, bro. I like the album as a whole.
I like Gunna.
I did.
For me, you know, Offset.
Oh shit.
His least favorite Migo.
I tried, guys.
Wait, who's your favorite Migo again?
Take off. I tried.
Lead the wave.
And I felt the same way I felt about 2 Chainz, minus the rant. I felt like the album
Minus the Randy.
Well, because there was no LeBron involved.
Yeah, no. It was
Thank you, Cinsere. Sincere, thank you for that.
Because to me, it's like, fuck out of here, LeBron. And then if you're gonna give me this A&R project, he's an A&R now.
Right.
Mogul.
But
the album was trash.
But I see. I mean, I could understand that because like when LeBron was like, I'm gonna take all my talents down to Miami.
Yeah.
And then like the trip didn't happen.
Wait. Trent Daddy didn't get an album from LeBron when he went to Miami.
You think the Offset joint is
Trick
trash?
Daddy's underrated. Trick Daddy's a dope artist.
That whole,
I heard it's trash, man.
like that whole hype that you build up, that whole, all that, like,
But
it does affect it.
I found the Offset album much like the 2 Chainz album for me personally. Again, I don't speak for the masses. I speak for myself. I felt it was monotonous. I felt like a lot of the beats sounded the same. I felt like he literally rapped the same as far as the approach to every beat the same.
I mean, that wasn't something you would expect from Offset though.
But here's the thing, like you go into an album, I don't judge it until I hear it.
Facts.
So it's like if I get bored while I'm listening to it, I don't think that's a good thing. You know, I'm not saying that you should completely deviate from who you are, because that's how you got here, right? You are who you are when you got here. Shout out to Hope. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like if you're going for this dark toned album, as far as the sounds of the beats, a lot of it was that dark sound. Niggas still chasing Kanye 10 years later with that shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
What's the name of the joint with Southside? I forgot the name of the joint, but Southside.
I couldn't give you track titles.
Southside did the beat. Fire.
But it's like they all dark. He's all these beats. Even if the BPMs are a little bit higher, or a little bit lower, he's rapping the same on every beat.
Right.
I just found like I don't want this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And you know what was a marker of that, and what you just mentioned? The second song with J. Cole.
Oh,
J. Cole came in
Hell yeah.
and
Forgot about
murdered
that
that
too.
shit. And he still has that streak.
Right. Undefeated.
Just coming in since early last year, coming in and flaming.
Gotta give him credit.
And
feature.
And here's where like I'll try to be fair, because I don't want to be like, I don't want to come off like I'm the rap sound, because I like bullshit too. But
You're
it's
low
like,
key
I
rap
need to
snob.
interject after you, my brother. Proceed.
but it's like if I'm hearing songs by themselves in the vacuum from this album, I'd be like, all right, this song knocks. Like the Cole record, if I heard it by itself, cool. The Cardi record, cool, because Got Clout record bangs. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, if I gotta wait like 10, 11 tracks to get the Clout, and I heard like 10, 11 of the same shit,
Right.
it don't stand out.
Right.
And I heard what Khaled was saying like a couple weeks ago, where it's like, dudes are not making these massive, large-scale rap records anymore. They just putting shit out, and it's good, but nothing is great. Like this album, like if you like Offset, this album's probably just a bunch of good, but there's no great on this album. Right. And that's where it's like we want aesthetics. I'm cool with aesthetics. I'm big on that. But it's like when you have aesthetics and you want your album to be dark, you still have to have other sounds within that aesthetic to make shit pop. And I feel like nothing popped on that album. That's just
So let me ask you this. So let's say Offset goes, you know what? Damn, I got J. Cole on the joint for y'all. I got deep, I got depth, I got introspective on it. I gave y'all my life. I got CeeLo Green. I got deep on this joint.
21 Savage.
And y'all still don't fuck. You know what? Fuck y'all. I'm making straight trap tunes.
And this is where
Crip Club.
But here's the thing.
Don't do that.
But here's where
what would you say to that?
But this is what I'm trying to say.
I'm still not gonna be. He didn't make me a fan off of this. Effort.
That's what
So
I'm saying.
that was never gonna happen. Bro.
What I'm saying is, what if that was an attempt to get guys
say,
like you
but
on
Deeni,
board?
Jarv, go ahead, bro.
But what I'm trying to say is that he gave us all of that. But like I said earlier in the episode, what about the rapping though? Like you can't just keep beating me over the head with telling me, well, what about the content? To me, forgive me for wanting you to be good at rapping.
What if you don't got them kind of bars?
Forgive me for wanting you to have a good ear for beats.
So that's where we at?
Or have an A&R
what I'm saying
that
is
can
this,
pick
what I'm
some
saying
good
is this.
beats for you, or put your projects under that.
Check my vibe. Check my vibe. Check my vibe. It's like he listens. Imagine he listens to the master. You know what, yo? All I make is
he got
so I'm gonna make
he
something.
got personal on the album, and that's all good and well, but deliver the work good. Like pause. But it's like if you tell, like, if I got what I wanted, and like if I wanted a burger and I know I'm getting this double quarter pounder, but you didn't put it in the box, you didn't wrap it in the paper, you just gave me the burger out of your hand. I don't want that shit.
But stay with the food metaphors.
What if that's the best burger he has to
All
offer?
right, you know what I'm saying? So going by that analogy, right? If I go to a McDonald's, right, and all of a sudden, like, one day they're like, yo, for this day only, we serving steaks.
Right.
I go to that McDonald's and I'm like, yo, give me a steak, and I'm expecting like some
ribeye.
fucking Peter Luger shit. And
Well, you should know better than
I'm gonna end
that.
up getting a fucking McDonald's steak.
But maybe it's a really good steak, though. Maybe it's a better steak than you would have thought
That's what I'm
McDonald's would
saying.
make.
But what if
It's still gonna be a shitty McDonald's steak.
But check it out.
That just
Facts.
make me a fucking little McDonald's cheeseburger.
But check it out. Imagine what if McDonald's says, you want the steak, so I'm gonna try to give you the steak. They give you the steak, you don't like the steak. They're like, fuck y'all, I'm just giving y'all burgers from now on.
Now I'm just giving y'all fucking cancer.
You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty much so when he makes nothing but and you should have no quarrels.
I'm still not gonna like you. I'm still not gonna be a
there's
fan.
no winning.
Cinsere.
He tries to give you some in-depth, quiet. He give you the
Yo, Deeni, I'm with you, bro. I listen. I like the album. I thought Going into the album,
Listen, if you
Offset was.
let me get
Yeah,
that
let me you just quickly because I'm not really passionate about this album as much as Deeni is, at least, but I'll say going into the album, my favorite Migos member was Offset. And that changed with this album, and it has to do with a lot of what we're talking about. The fact that he was more introspective and was talking about a lot of deeper issues.
You made Take Off before?
No. My favorite Migos member was Offset.
Okay.
And that changed after listening to Takeoff's album.
Now? Oh, okay.
Now it's Takeoff.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought the album was great. I really did. I mean, look, it's not my brand of whiskey. It's not something I'm gonna bump, on the regular like 2 Chainz album is. But I really enjoyed it, and I think I think he should be proud. It's a really good rap album.
Songs that I'm gonna play again off the Offset album.
So my
Yes,
last
agreed.
word on this: if the second song in, you have a feature, and that feature just bodies everything you did.
What about Life's a Bitch, bro?
But that dude
what
was
about
a
Illmatic?
rapper, though.
You're
That's
wearing an Illmatic shirt right now.
AZ didn't body.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
No, that's
A little bit,
That's
but he
mad.
did kind of a little bit.
I mean, it's one of the more memorable joints off
Robert.
the album. To keep it a buck, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
he came in and made AZ came in and made a mark on Illmatic. He didn't body that. To say he bodied One Love, to say he bodied what Nas did on New York State of Mind is preposterous.
I knew that there would come a point when you would
could somebody
defend
could somebody
Illmatic, and I was just baiting you into that.
threw the rock at the throw.
Yeah, that's what I do, bro. You the point guard. I'm like
Somebody could argue.
I'm like Patrick Beverly,
That what? That
You're
yeah,
Chris
best
Paul,
verse
I'm
on
Patrick
that- on the
Beverly.
whole
2 texts.
album?
Possible. It's an argument,
All right, Jarvis, please get us back on
and
track.
I love that. That's not even my favorite Nas album. But
All right.
that's a good argument though.
So now the last notable album that we're gonna get into in this salvo.
Wait, there's
episode.
2 more, isn't there?
That
There's
was-
3 more.
No, notable.
The
Oh, all
notable
right, my bad.
Yeah. Future. So now I know this is where the table is gonna be extremely divided.
Yes.
I expect this. So
I like the Future album.
I'm gonna what?
What? Whoa, what? Dude, be consistent.
The Future was alright, man.
Yo, let me find out since he was at the strip club when this Future joint came out.
Listen.
He ain't too woke to go to the strip club.
It's a couple things. One, I didn't love it. It was cool.
I didn't either.
The
I
fact
didn't love
that
it
you
either.
didn't completely scoff at it, I'm playing the numbers tonight.
Yeah. For real.
I mean, Future is the godfather of this vibe shit that we
That's a
in
fact.
right now.
Yeah.
That's a big fact.
He has that perfected.
We love him for.
all these other clones, like the
Quavo.
I think more so than anything else, what bothers me is that there's just so many clones of this one style.
Yes.
Well, we can say that about Rakim, but I'm sorry, that's neither here nor there.
Not the same at so many at one time, bro.
I'm sorry.
But people took it, like
In different
you saw
areas.
You saw it branch off into different styles. You know what I mean? Like with this, it just feels like like when you like make a photocopy and then you make a photocopy of a photocopy and then you make 3 copies down.
That's
and
quality
then
starts-
quality
yeah,
just starts like that.
Yep.
That's what all these clones.
Freudian slip.
Yeah, there we go. That's
Colones.
that's what they all sound like to me. I
think Cinsere is drunk.
But Future's locked into that vibe.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And he hits that pocket consistently.
This makes me so happy.
Yo, you have no idea.
Because the thing is, the rap style,
Press-
I talk about it all the
Press
time.
more buttons.
You know what I mean? Because it's like when the raps, when I like certain shit, I always have the rap snob over my right shoulder. Like, this shit is garbage, right? There's times where I would like some shit. And I wouldn't even waste my time to hit him up. Like, this is fire because he's
kill your whole
just gonna
vibe.
scoff.
I
and
hate
he's
that
gonna-
feeling.
whole
He's gonna-
vibe. Just
he's
thinking
gonna
he
kill
I
it.
can relate, bro, when I hate it.
Like, this is good. No, it's not. It's not good. But it's like Future, bro. I've been waiting for this particular The Wizard album since he dropped what was it?
It was Hendrix.
I felt like Future and Hendrix were kind of bad, but I felt like Evil,
That's a different episode. We'll debate about that on
I
the way
felt
home.
I felt like this was his best project since Evil. Like this.
I agree with that.
This is in that lane.
You know what just hit me just now in my slight inebriation?
Slight, yeah, okay.
Hey, if there was a flyer right now that said there's gonna be a party that's playing nothing but Future music, bro, I might.
Dog.
I'm in
Sincere,
there.
you would not be like, yo, let's go right now.
There, bro.
I'm in
And
there.
and we're talking
but
about
Future.
real hip hop. That's how hip hop started. Hip hop
but
started as
Future.
club music, as party music,
they gonna be
as
strippers
get
there?
turned up.
But it's like
Are they gonna be strippers there?
Yes.
All right.
Right.
So I'm in
No,
there.
there's not
I'm
gonna
in
be.
there.
There's not gonna be
The
strippers.
rap
because it's
roundtable loves
Future.
Future.
People
They
become
be-
strippers
right,
and
yes.
yes, strippers.
Future,
the
you're
thing.
cool with us, man.
Yes.
Oh, man,
so
I
it's
would be
like
the
I'm
first
not
one
gonna
in there.
front. I listened to the album and it's like after the Future and Hendrix, I was a little skeptical. I'm like, who is this guy? You know, I don't.
It's really emo, yeah.
I felt like the Future that gave me DS2.
Oh, so emo
Yes,
Future
too,
you didn't
so
like?
far.
No, I
Oh
like.
my God.
No, we're talking. I'm sorry, I got us off track. We're talking about the old albums that came out before this. Were super emo,
That's what I'm
and
saying.
I liked them. Yeah.
Oh, you did like them.
Yeah,
You know-
I like emo Future.
When I was in the car and I was playing DS2 and Purple Rain and Evil, I'm like, who the fuck
Yeah.
the joint he did with Drake?
What's the name of that drink? It'll be okay, yo. It's gonna be okay, yo, bro. Certain songs just resonate.
Future
man.
is low
so
key
when,
a genius.
So when Future said he was dropping Hendrix and Future, I'm like, oh, I'm on there. And then I listened to it and I was angry. I'm like, skipping, like breaking my phone, like, what is this shit? So then I listened to The Wizard and it was cool at first. And then
It hits a stride.
Crush Diamonds, though,
Yeah.
man.
Crush
It's a stride.
Diamond. Crush
Somewhere
Diamonds is
down
when the
the-
album officially starts. But that F and N hit. And when that F and N hit, oh my God. I'm
Ooh-wee.
doing 90, 100. I'm speeding. Call the coroner, come on right after that. And I'm in my zone. I'm hype. Future for me is what Cam used to do when I was younger. Like I know it wasn't expert rapping. It wasn't super nice, but it was really good bad rap. And I love really good bad rap. Fight me. I don't care.
And Cam used to be a rapper.
I love Cam the same way I love Future. I know what
That's
I'm
a
getting,
really interesting
and
comp.
they give me what I want every time. Cam right now could drop a record and give me the
song
same
called
shit I
Killer
want.
Cam, serving that Killer Cam.
Serving that
Yeah.
killer.
I feel like
Yeah.
Cam at some point became like a caricature of himself.
That's a fact.
You know
At
what
some
I
point,
mean?
we all
True.
do.
Yeah.
I feel like I've already reached that.
There was
point.
a point where Cam was a savage
And
on
you
the
know
mic,
what?
man.
Whereas I'm listening to these other albums and I'm feeling like this shit is monotonous. This shit had a nice little roller coaster vibe about it. Like he kept his aesthetic, but he gave you nice sounds. He gave you the heavy bass.
the-
He gave you the drip. He gave you everything you wanted.
The overly auto-tuned stuff, like not my bag. Like anything that's overly auto-tuned, I'm not with it. But you know, the stuff where he's just like, you know, in his bag, like it's mumbly sort of, but again, like he's the forefather, the godfather of that style. And he's, you know, he does it better probably than anybody out there now.
Is this
You know?
the one album this quarter that we're all in agreement with?
So we all like Wizard?
I like Wizard.
Yo, we
man.
got to drink to that. Cheers,
Yes,
fellas. To Future the God.
That's a big deal. Shit like Wizard.
Every member of the round table is feeling your album, bro.
Shouts to Future.
What we talking about now? The Baby?
I want to get there.
Talk to me.
I want to talk about Gunna first. Cause
Yes,
Gunna's yummy.
I got some
Okay,
takes. Gunna's
okay.
my man too.
I'm
I
gonna
fucks
keep
with
it real
Gunna.
short and breezy and pass it off to you guys. I love Gunna, but when you say monotonous, this album was a monotonous album. But I love Gunna's music, bro. But don't get it
I
twisted. There's
appreciate the
a
honesty.
few joints I do like, but it's very repetitive, man. And a lot of joints ain't hitting the way the usual Gunna joints hit me. You know what I'm saying?
That production was
terrible.
yikes. Super generic.
I agree with Deeni. I think it's a kind of, first of all, it's a mixtape. It's a kind of mixtape. It's got a mixtape vibe. Nowadays, that line is getting blurred, but let me finish.
I don't even know what
So
anymore.
you just defined it a mixtape.
Well, yeah, because
shit
I'm the
about to
thirsty
warm up.
degenerate, bro. That's what the fuck I do. I define
warming
shit.
up.
You defined it. You was like, this is a mixtape.
Listen, let me finish, okay?
Okay.
No, but I do agree with Deeni. Look, I really like Gunna. I mean, you guys know I'm a big Young Thug fan. Gunna is his protege, and at first I was not sold on him. Eventually, I did a deep dive on his catalog and became a believer. I think this project is the kind that if you are a fan of his going into the project, then that'll only you'll be a fan of it coming out of it, and if you're not, then you're just not gonna feel it. That's my feeling on the mixtape.
Not to interject, I was expecting more of what I got on Dripper.
I was too, and I agree with you, and I thought that it was a big disappointment. I think they should put out another mixtape because
that was
him and Lil Baby.
Dope, bro.
That's a
dope team,
man. Those two together are like
it's a good look. And then when they threw in Young Thug on a couple joints, it'd be a good look for them. That'd be a 3-headed snake.
You know,
we like trap at the Rap Roundtable.
The name of the project was Drip or Drown 2. For me, that album drowned. He had no life preserver. He died. There's no resuscitation. It's another one of those situations where I'm listening, and again, let's be clear. I like bad rap. But when it's really bad, it's offensive. And it was like, I'm listening to this, I'm like, ooh, no.
You like nothing on the album?
No.
Come on, man. That can't be true.
And
you didn't like Yao Ming? You didn't like Derek Fisher?
If I don't like it, I don't like it. And the thing is, between Lil Baby,
joints on that, man.
Between Lil Baby and Gunna, I prefer Gunna. So I was a little excited, like, oh, I like Gunna. Gunna.
As an artist, you like Gunna more than
Gunna is
Baby's nice, bro.
When the two of them get together, Gunna really shines.
I'm sorry.
Gunna's actually Baby's better solo, but Gunna's better when the two of them are together.
It's my fault. It's just too many Lils and too many Babies.
Right. Dub Baby?
I'm talking about Dub Baby. I'm thinking of Dub Baby.
We ain't get there yet.
I feel like Lil Baby and the Baby need to just have like a fight to get the Baby name.
Yeah, I think they need to come up with better rap names this new generation.
No, this is par for the course for they non-thinking asses. But
that's a fact.
But Gunna,
you could do a lot with
I thought that Gunna was gonna give me something closer to what Future gave me, as far as like the aesthetics, the acoustics, the vibe, the energy, and I was bored again.
Interesting. I like Gunna's album more than Future's, slightly.
Yikes!
Really? A little bit.
Really?
A little bit.
Wow.
It's close. It's debatable.
I mean, opinions on opinions.
Semantics.
Stop it. Stop it right now.
I'm definitely going with Future.
Son. Nah, it sounded like, to me, like Future. It sounded like, you know, he got the producers that he wanted. He got the beats that he wanted. He might have been in the studio with said producers.
Yeah, it felt like he heard the people. Like,
right.
We don't know what
Zay
was
on
the last time.
The Gunna joint just sounded.
Zaytoven made something on that?
On the Future album?
Yeah, I don't think so.
There
Right?
was no Zay on that.
The Gunna joint just sounded like he just like was like scrolling through YouTube and just finding like.
It sounded like he just called. What's the name of that dude?
Come on, why?
It sounded like he just called Tay Keith and just said, "Give me everything you got, man."
just like he was just searching for like Gunna type beat on YouTube, and he found like some free beats to use, and he just recorded over that.
My favorite song on the album, I can't find it in time. Whatever.
I'm with it.
I'm right here with you, bro. Teamwork. Here you can scroll through. I got
shit. My favorite song on the album was Cash War. Cash War is a dope song. Yeah. It really switched up the tempo of the album in a way that I really enjoyed.
And now, the Baby. Cinsere, you surprised the hell out of me when you said he was valid in your book.
Yeah, trap music ain't hip hop, right?
Please, but he's not a trap rapper. Carry on.
Yeah,
Cinsere.
no, he is though.
No,
anyway,
Cinsere, to you.
The Baby.
Yes.
Matter of fact, when I because this all came out of a post on Facebook, and somebody had mentioned him.
Shout out to the Roundtable group.
Where, and I was like, I was all ready to shit on him. Just off the name, the Baby.
It's a dumbass
We
name.
got another fucking Baby.
It's not a good name.
We just got used to the first Baby. Like come on.
We got Baby and Lil Baby. Now we got the Baby. God damn it.
Damn.
Jesus.
Damn, I forgot about Birdman.
What the
Birdman, son.
Shit.
Or like, what's that Catch Me Outside chick's name? What's her name? Bad
That's
Baby.
bad. That's bad. That's
Come on.
I'm sorry, we don't even acknowledge her.
Bobby.
You don't watch Love and Hip Hop, but you bring her up? Come on.
I'm on the
Bobby,
gram,
not
bro.
Baby.
What you over me? I'm on the gram.
Bobby, not Baby. Bobby, Baby. Anyway, so you know, I was like, yo, I don't fuck with nobody that's named Baby nothing.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? Let me be objective about this. And so I went and looked him up, and I was like, oh,
I like this.
this guy can spit.
Yo, that nigga got bars, son.
He can spit.
Fucks with the Baby.
And you know I'm big on bringing a certain energy to the mic and onto the beat.
Definitely does that.
he attacks.
He's out here rapping.
He's rapping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I started hearing some things and I was like, yo, like this kid is nice. Now, as far as the album, I feel like it suffered from, what some of these other albums suffered from too.
Trap music. He hates trap music.
No, it just got repetitive.
Yeah.
It just got very repetitive.
It was repetitive. That's fair.
You know what I mean? Like artists out there, man. Y'all try to give us some more than just like, that one lane that you're in and you feel comfortable in. Try to veer off a little to the side and give us something different, right? See if it works. At least with the Offset, it didn't quite work for me, but at least I felt like he tried. You know what I mean? But like a lot of these artists, like they're not even trying to like come out of their comfort zone. They're just like, yo, like I'm that dude. Bitch is sucking my dick. I got this,
I think that's what heaven is like.
About being rich and getting head. And it was
like
that's kind of what the whole album is about. Is like taking other niggas' girls and
it really
that's his vibe.
But, for a whole album.
Yeah, I feel like I agree with you, Sin. I feel like he could really branch out. I think he's got a lot of talent, and for his first project, I thought that it was really good. Mm-hmm. I'd like to see him really branch out in terms of his content as he moves forward as an artist. But I mean, in terms of mic skills, the kid has skills, man.
He can spit. He really can.
Yeah, and he does it over trap beats. And like to convince a brother like you, and like I've been breaking your balls all episode, but no funny shit. Like, I mean, you understand? Like the brother has skills, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I would just say this, like, he demonstrated his natural ability to just be charismatic and have a dope flow. Moving forward, I'd like for him to branch out and actually talk about something. But I enjoyed the album.
And thank you for bringing that up, because one of my biggest gripes of artists in general now, especially in the trap era, in the trap subgenre, where's the charisma? Like
he's got it.
Rappers
he's got it.
And try, they try with the slick talk and try to be funny and hit you with the cadence, so that like, it's almost like that type of energy that like a good comedian has. You know what I mean? That
most really good rappers are fucking hilarious.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's a fact.
We don't have that with like.
Well, I kind of got that from him.
But the baby got.
That's the first thing
energy.
I caught was like he wasn't just like a trap drone. You know what I mean? Like he came in and he was like, even in the ad-libs, he was talking his shit. You know what I'm saying?
Ad-libs are hilarious.
I hate when you guys throw that New York tag on other artists.
What do you mean?
But he kind of had a little bit of that, didn't he? A little bit of New York.
I feel like he doesn't have filler. You know how people rap and they fill in the bars?
Right.
Every bar was hitting after hitting.
And this
after
is what
hitting,
it got me to thinking, and this is when I know I like a rapper, because now I started thinking about who is this guy? Because it was like, I was wondering if he was like if he has like New York roots, because it was like you from North Carolina.
I think he was born in Ohio.
He's born in Ohio.
I think so. Yeah.
Even still, like that's not
thing.
That sound and the way he's rapping and he cared about lyrics. He structured his bars, and I'm like, whoa. Who raised you?
Right.
Where did you grow up? What did you grow up?
Where did you come from, young brother?
When the niggas in the ad-lib, I'm the best rapper out here. I can't remember the last time I heard a young nigga say that.
Right.
And gave a fuck about being the best.
Right.
It's rare now. It's about the bag. It's not about being the best.
No, but yeah,
what's funny? Artists don't really say that on record.
Right.
They'll say it on IG Live, like Kodak.
Right. But to me, it don't count until you say it on live.
Sincere, my nigga.
Like, it don't count until you say it on live.
Exactly. Like, you'll say it off record, but then you go on record and talk some bullshit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like, he came through like a nice rapper, talked his shit like a nice rapper, and I was like, wow. Because the thing was, like satellite radio usually has everything. Like a lot of times before they get over to commercial radio, I hear a lot of these acts on satellite radio.
Yeah.
I'm hearing he had a record called 21, and I'm like, why I keep hearing this song? Cause this shit's fire. Let me go to Apple Music. Mm-hmm. Then I'm listening to this shit, and I came in the group chat. I'm like, this the baby nigga's alright. He's
was it you that put him in the group chat? I thought it was Sin for some reason.
It was me, because Deeni chimed in.
Oh, it was you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm grateful to you, Jarv, because I love the guy.
Send me some joints. They sent me a couple of joints.
Anyway, I'm sorry for interrupting you.
No, it's all good, bro. We talking.
We vibing.
That's true.
But the whole thing was, to the initial point is, the album kind of fell off a cliff after the record. It was track 7 with Rich Homie Quan, and I was like, where the hell did he find Rich Homie from in the first place? Because Homie had a nice little vibe, like around 2013, was it? 2013, 2014, Walk Through.
Yeah, he did that album with Young Thug.
Right.
Rich Gang, I think it was called.
Yeah.
Deeni, I'm not crazy, right? There was a dope album.
I'm a G, like I'm a
Yeah, they had,
fire.
They had some
It was
joints.
a dope rap album.
Already.
So after that, it just became, it fell into that trap of being monotonous. It felt
Right.
like it was just
Yeah.
like, all right, okay, this is cool. But the beats weren't boring. He wasn't boring, but it was like the same bars over and over and over
lot.
again until it was to a point where it was like, is this album done? Because I don't want to listen anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's where I was at with the baby. Like, I like it. I like the fact that we have another person who might be capable of making a great rap album at some point. You know what I mean? Maybe get with the right people, get the right beats, get the right production, get the right energy around him, and he give us a rap album that I feel like we want.
Facts.
Yeah, so we feel the same about the Lil Baby as we do as a Future, right? We're all in agreement. It was a good album.
The Baby, not Little Baby.
The Baby. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I also love Lil
Too many
Baby.
babies.
Too many
That's what I'm saying.
You know, I be bugging. I'm a little drunk. Hey, can we cheers to The Baby? Because all 4 of us
Okay,
were
so-
feeling the album.
Yeah. Well,
Cheers.
I'm digging him. Not the album was.
And I think last but certainly not least, Boogie.
Boogie.
You threw him in a group chat early in 2019.
Yes, sir.
So like I'll give you the floor with that particular project.
Boogie's an artist from out in. He's a little under the radar. You know, he's from out in Compton. But what I like about him is, one, I feel he's a good lyricist, right? Nothing, you know, not outstanding, but he's a good lyricist. But this album that he put out, Everything's for Sale, back in January, it's, you know, there's sort of like there's a story to it, right? There's introspection, there's, you know, a different types of melodies, different energies.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And if you know, if you've been listening to what I've been knocking about a lot of these other albums, is that they just keep giving us the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so like I felt like this kid Boogie is really giving us something different. It's definitely and we actually kind of touched on this in the first episode.
We did.
He reminds me a lot of Kendrick, right?
Yep.
He's very
I agree.
Kendrick-y. But I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think he doesn't sound like a clone to me. You know what I mean? It sounds like he's just naturally been inspired, right, and affected by, you know, Kendrick and what he's done, and it's inspired him to, you know, do some similar in the same, very similar vein, right?
Biggest guy in your city.
But true, but I think sonically, even though like the album does, you know, also have some similarities to some things that Kendrick has done, I think it's different enough to where like he can carve out his own lane.
Yeah, I think that you know, he sounds a lot like Kendrick. Obviously, he makes an effort to talk about things that are specific to him, and that makes the album a lot better. But at the end of the day, it's just really hard for me to separate this local Compton rapper, you know, that I'm supposed to, you know, take seriously, that sounds exactly like Kendrick Lamar.
Think exactly?
I don't think it sounds exactly like.
I mean, maybe
that's
I'm
kind
being
of-
too harsh,
So
but
that's kind of a
Remnants.
trope. You know when like Hov blew up, how much dudes sounded like Jay-Z at one
Yes.
point? It was bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sicario.
Yo,
My man, didn't he make his
Yeah,
own
the
like?
longest.
Didn't he make his
It's
own
big.
version of the blueprint? Like, didn't he do some shit like that?
Yeah,
Oh, that was
yeah.
Angelus who did that shit. Remember that
Yeah.
nigga Angelus sounded just like
Wow.
Hov?
But that kid has some. Remember that song 45?
But still, he sounded just like Jay-Z.
Twins.
crazy.
Scary.
I'll hop in here. I'll say this, like it's gonna be difficult for him because of the Kendrick comparisons. It's gonna be
probably
hard.
will.
It's gonna be hard for him to shed that. You know what I
Right.
mean? But what I'll say is what the Baby did and Boogie did more so is that I felt as though, to bring this like full circle, I felt like Gunna's album, 2 Chainz's album, Offset's album to certain degrees, they were kind of like, they were broths. They were light. You know what I mean?
It's terrible.
It's my opinion.
All right, you're the point guard. I'm just saying.
I felt like Boogie's album, and to a degree, the babies had a level of richness to it.
There was some meat to that.
Right, it was rich.
Pause, but there was some.
That's what I'm saying, Rich. You bringing the meat into this shit.
Sorry, my
Hey
bad.
yo.
We'll say with the rich. We'll say with the rich.
You know what I mean?
Come on, son.
There was a level of rich to those projects that I feel like, you know, at the core, like as we continue to expand and do this podcast, that I feel like that's where we're gonna find the disconnects.
Right.
Some of us gonna like those broths, but I think a lot of times, especially me and you, we like that richness.
We
you know what I mean?
To be,
And
thick.
Boogie's album gives me
like to spank that ass.
Boogie's album gives me hope that, you know, and even the baby, that we have some young guys here who still get it.
Right.
The body work is not supposed to be microwavable within 30 seconds.
Exactly.
It's supposed to last. It's supposed to keep you satiated and sustained. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
And I like that about this project.
I think with the baby has that in his voice and his delivery.
He's hungry.
In his bars, he's hungry. The hunger. You know what I mean? The cadence, all that, the charisma.
Right.
He's got that package. You know what I mean? He just needs to maybe
Package
dibble
it
and
better.
dabble with different
What I'll say is
productions.
maybe Boogie needs to get a record with Kendrick so that we could probably put the collab, the sound alike shit to bed. You know?
Right.
Maybe.
Yeah. But for me, for my money's worth, I think Boogie had the best project of the first quarter.
Yeah, I'll give him that.
Yeah, to me, that's my take.
Yeah, he got some joints on the joint. I heard a few. Only made it halfway through. That was the last one I got to listen to. Cram like 7 albums, bro, in like 48 hours.
Go finish listening to it and then give your take in the
Nah,
comments.
like, halfway in, I'm already like, this kid's talented as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I gotta definitely make the way through. You know what I'm saying? I made my way
post
through
the pod,
everything else.
just put it in the comments.
We didn't even touch on Blue. I thought Blue was nice too.
Yo, that Blue project. So if
That's
y'all
a
not
lot of
familiar with
music.
Blue, Blue's been at it.
Oh, no,
for a
we gotta
minute.
talk about that Blue project because I got some takes.
Close that out. We gotta close that out.
Yeah. Blue's an MC also from out in Cali. He's been in the underground for a long time. He has not took one step outside of the underground.
Wordplay, crazy.
He's very comfortable in that underground scene. That kid can spit. If I may let off a hot take, Kanye West had the second best album of 2007 because Blue and Exile, which is the producer that he did the project with back in 2007.
Right.
They had, for me, the best album that year.
So let me start off by saying that that's not a hot take, because I agree with you. Above the Heavens, what was the name of that album?
Below the Heavens.
Below the Heavens.
Yeah, Below the Heavens.
Listen, that's a hip hop classic,
That
and you can
album
throw
was
out
amazing.
whatever hip hop album came out that year. That's the best hip hop album that came out in 2007. Was it?
Blue's been, 2007. Blue's been sort of in and out of the scene, even in the underground scene. He'll come out with like little projects here, little mixtapes there. I've read stuff about him. Very much like from the Big Sean.
Right.
Battling issues with mental health and depression and stuff. So like he'll take a lot of time off and then come back out of nowhere. And he came back. He really came back this year with a project with a producer by the name of Oh No. Very, I love it because it's raw, boom bap, drum breaks, samples. And Blue's pen game is just crazy. He spits crazy, and it also sort of follows a narrative, right? So, I like albums and projects that have a narrative that have
it has a narrative. But check this out.
Okay.
There are way better albums that have a narrative than this album.
Well, I'm not saying it's the best album that ever had a narrative, and that
he just gave Boogie the best album of the year.
But but I think it's a notable release if anybody if you want to check it out.
Listen, I think
Blue and Oh No.
I think all of our listeners should definitely listen to Blue and Oh No for sure.
Yeah, that's dope.
But
Future. Yeah.
And listen, and if you thinking that you're gonna listen to that and it's gonna be better than 2 Chainz album or Future's album or Gunna's album or any of the other albums that we talking about here, I think you're gonna be sadly disappointed because. Well, let me talk on it. I mean, I see you laughing, motherfucker, but let me talk on it.
Oh, J-Mo's drunk, y'all.
But listen,
No shame-o.
I think it's crazy that you talk about how 2 Chainz is in the pocket,
He's not.
but Blue is never in the pocket during this album. He's a great lyricist, but he's never in the pocket during this album. He barely catches a beat.
But you can't have no bars and be out the pocket, bro.
Well, I mean, I'm only talking
Biggest
about
trouble.
being in or out of
Right.
pocket, right? He's not in the pocket,
Listen,
bro.
people have sometimes said that about Hove back in Reasonable Doubt, that he was
Bullshit.
offbeat.
No,
They said that
they
shit.
didn't.
No,
No,
people
they
have said
didn't.
that.
No, I'm not saying people didn't say it.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
saying
okay.
I'm calling
It's
bullshit.
bullshit. Yeah.
But there's certain times. Listen, like there's certain times that you'll be like off pocket and off beat for a second, and then you jump back on it. That's what Blue does. 2 Chainz just stays off beat. He
Similac.
anyhow. Yeah, no. I'm a fan. So like you know.
Alright, so fellas,
The defense rests, Your Honor.
we you know, if you're familiar with what we do with the Rap Roundtable, right? At the end of the episode, we get to that place where we let the rap snob get his shit off, talk how he talk and how he feels, and request that the people
Get off my lawn.
get off his lawn.
Listen.
So the rap snob Cinsere, what's on your mind tonight, bro?
This one, this Get Off My Lawn segment is aimed directly at Offset. Right?
Wow.
Now, we talked about the album, right? So that the you know, we had, you know, we all discussed and reviewed his album, what we thought of it, right? And I gave him, you know, the A for effort for being introspective and stuff. But then he does an interview. He does an interview with who was it? Ebro.
Yeah.
He did an interview with Ebro, and Ebro was, you know, asking him some questions about like, you know, which is a very big, broad topic right now, the old school OGs versus the new school.
Covered in episode 2.
And this guy Offset comes out with, yo, the OGs should be kissing our feet.
Is that what he said?
Lupe spoke on that.
Kissing our feet, like, who says that, bro? And this is what I was saying earlier about, like, you know, a generation ago, like, those artists from a generation ago would not be looking at the generation before them and saying, yo, y'all should be kissing our feet.
Right.
That's just straight disrespect. Now, if you want to say that he misspoke, or that, you know, he might not have meant it that way, it's just a weird thing to say and to have come out of your mouth. Like, that's gotta be like a deep-seated feeling that you have, that you that much better than the people that came before you, when those are the people that paved the way for you, right? You should be kissing their feet, right? If anything, nobody should be kissing anybody's feet, honestly. But
You should be kissing their feet.
If feet are gonna be kissed, right? You gotta look at your forefathers and be like, first of all, you gotta look at your forefathers and be like, yo, if it wasn't for y'all, like, none of this would even be happening. Like, so he had this point of, like, you know, like, the streaming numbers and we're #1 everywhere and blah blah blah, but like, you wouldn't be doing anything if it wasn't for your forefathers. So don't you ever come out your mouth and talk about, like, forefathers should kiss your feet.
Ain't nobody
that's
coming to
crazy.
see you, Otis.
That's
Get
nuts.
off my lawn.
Get the fuck off my lawn with this.
All right, there you go.
Cinsere
Cinsere
has
rap snob.
spoken, and
I
he
love you, bro.
needs you to applaud, because that was amazing. I feel as though in this time we constantly have this problem, and I kind of enjoy it because I like a little smoke, you know.
He loves to smoke, listeners.
But it's like,
Don't let him fool you.
why we can't just get along sometimes? Like, why does it need to be a situation where kiss feet, young guys, get the fuck out of here? in between guys, middle child. Why we just can't just be hip hop?
Listen. At the end of the
Egos,
day, I feel like it's the chicken or the egg. Who what happened first? Was it the OGs that was like, yo, this new music is trash, or was it the young kids that was like, yo, that old shit is trash? But at the end of the day, the rule that we should follow is you respect the OGs,
right?
Regardless of whatever, right? You just respect the OGs. That's it, right? That's all there is to it.
Well, with that,
he just handed this nigga Deeni a fucking plastic shot glass.
So he can take a shot of J-Mo. Wait, what is
Nah, he passed it to you, motherfucker.
We all
We're taking shots here.
Let's do it.
Third episode, why not? Let's get the vibe right.
You know what
Let's
I mean?
make it happen. Do we have enough to? I don't know.
We gonna figure it out.
The master rationer will ration
real
this,
quick,
bro.
While Deeni pours up, Langston, let him know what's going on with you, bro.
Thirsty Degenerate podcast. I just had my boy Ryan Castro on there. He's an actor. He was on Law & Order SVU.
Right.
Been on some stuff. Make sure you guys check it out, and make sure you guys check out the Rap Roundtable podcast. Man, I love these brothers. And that's what I'm about, man. Straight up and down.
You already know. I do the gray area thing. We got an episode out right now talking about, my pathetic ass Giants. Look out for that. But, another episode talking about culture vulturing is on the way as well. Look out for that.
We started that, didn't we?
That's the birth of what this roundtable has become, was the culture vultured episode.
Great episode.
You know what I'm saying?
I got some takes.
You know what I mean? So we cooking with that. I got J-Mo coming soon. We're gonna do a Kings County sit down.
Yeah, we talking about it.
The Wealthy of Choice clothing line. But when can we expect some more work from you, bro?
Yo, bro, I'm dropping something the start of April, bro. It's in the works. All gloves are off, bro.
All gloves are off. It's about time.
It's going down.
That's what's up.
It's been a break.
And the producer extraordinaire.
Listen, El Chapo, Luke DeVille, that's me, Cinsere.
Senor.
I've been on IG, listening to a lot of beats on there, and I'm like, I'm better than these niggas.
Oh my God.
Yo, let's
my stuff is coming.
He's talking.
I'm coming.
And it's like the beats you hearing in the background is the homie Gulfstream Fly. He's a supporter.
Nigga got beats, man.
He's a supporter of this roundtable. He has a project called The Barcode. There's gonna be bars on there. The Barcode coming April 28th. I only put his beat on there because he's been supporting the wave from day one, and he wants to get on the roundtable. So look out for him in the future.
Word up.
And now I'm gonna get out the way. I'm gonna let my man J-Mo No Shame.
Yo, so listen, we got drinks in our hands, so we gonna just toast to him.
Salud.
Ain't no cancer research here. We just all going, you know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't never said I was the smartest.
Yeah.
Ladies
Yo,
and
thank you to all of our listeners. Thank you to everybody. We love y'all. We out.
Yes, sir.
You dig?
One.